In this video, we will learn how to code. We will see our first program. Let's open a calculator. Enter 3 plus 5 equal, you will get 8. To program that, you need to provide the computer with the exact set of instructions. Read number 1, read the plus, read the 2, equal, and so on. To provide the computer with such instructions, we use a programming language, which is just set of instructions. A computer program, just sequence of instructions. For example, you are going to read something, you are going to write something, but these instructions are written in a specific format, what we call syntax rules. So when you are writing your code, you have to follow very strict rules to get things done for you. There is a program named interpreter that is going to parse your code line by line to make sure it's like respecting the syntax rule, and with every one good line of code, it's going to print for you its output. So your overall programming life cycle will be, you are going to write some code and then you are going to run it to get the results. So here we see our first program. This program consists of exactly 2 instructions, specifically 2 print instructions. After writing it, we give it to the interpreter, and then the interpreter will give us this output here. I would like you to stop the video for a minute and guess what does this instruction, what do this instruction means, and what is the relationship between it and this output. The first thing that you notice here, we have the word print, which is a command for the computer to print something. And you notice we have here a parenthesis and another parenthesis here, and we have here what we call like a single quote and another single quote. You notice that the output directly corresponds to what we printed here. So we say printed hello world. What is between these single quotes is printed here. We say print we will learn Python. We have here what we will learn Python. So it seems there is a corresponding here. The interpreter will go line by line. So in line 4, it will read this line and discover that it respects its syntax rules. So it's going to execute it and give you hello world. Then it moves to the next line, 5, print something. And again, it finds that it respected the syntax rule, it will print it. This is your first program of the print. You can think of the print as a command. Later we will know its name is a function. To code that, there are 2 ways. The first thing, what we call an online editor, and this is like if you try to Google with something like Python online editors, you'll find a lot of sites where we can directly provide the code to test it, and this is very easy for you to avoid any installation in the beginning. The second way is what we call an IDE. IDEs are tools that make development much more convenient and allow you to save and organize your code in a nice way. For now, we will learn how to use an IDE, but later we will learn how to install one of the IDEs like PyCharm and to use it for our development. So let's make a small demo about that. Go to website ide1.com and the first step is go to this menu and start to select your programming language. You'll find many programming languages here. Make sure to select Python 3, not just Python, Python 3. Now let's write our own code. We write something like print I am Mustafa. This is a program of a single instruction. If you say it here run, click run, it's going to execute and give you I am Mustafa. Let's click edit and start to play with this code. We can come here and say again another maybe print there a lot. Again, you come here and click. It's going to give you 2 lines of output here for learn a lot. Notice here we have this we call this a space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces. If you try to ID 1 here, it's going to change it. Here is a new output. This is the old output. Don't get confused about it. So you see more spaces here. Let's clear this output. Let's print more. Print a bit slow today. So as you see, there is an output here. If you found that this website is slow for you, there are many more that you can try online. Now the last thing that I would like to show you here is what if we didn't respect the syntax rules. So the syntax rules for the print is you need the word print, then you need these two guys here, and you need these two guys here, and something in the middle. So what if I, for example, let's say we forgot these two things here. Let's run it here. So let's see, it's going to complain that something is wrong in the code, and also they figured out that this happened in line 7. So line 7 here, you see they are even pointing to the problem here, and then they are giving you some error message, which is weird for now, but saying that this is syntax rule. It means that you didn't write this line of code in a way that respect the compiler needs. You can definitely create many errors, and we all make mistakes in the beginning. So this is this is all for today. We learned how to use and how to write our first program. Every one of these guys, we have here 7 lines of code, but there are only 5 instructions. Every instruction is starting with the word print. I would like you to open IDE 1 and start to play with your own code. You can find here the URL of your code you can provide to your friends. It has here some ID. You can also create an account for yourself and just to save for history your code. That's it for today.